Welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel, everyone. This is Rich making another video on XRP today, as usual. We're going to talk about XRP today, so I hope everyone is having a fantastic day wherever they are in the world. Now, I briefly discussed Flare in a video yesterday. Take a listen to David Schwartz's additional analysis of Flare. I work for the Flare team, which was once a part of the Ripple Spring initiative, which at the time was more akin to a venture capital arm. A few years ago, we made an investment in them. I'm rather impressed with their efforts. Using various components from Ethereum, Avalanche Consensus, XRP settlement, smart contracts, and other blockchains, Flare has constructed a network. Furthermore, they're essentially offering a DeFi solution to the XRP community. XRP is a quick and dependable payment method, and they offer methods for essentially introducing Ethereum-style smart contracts into the XRP space. Their airdrop has received a lot of exchanges, which is quite outstanding, in my opinion. That is a really challenging task, and it will be simpler for people to just display their token to be spread broadly. This, in my opinion, helps to maintain the system's decentralization and reliability. It's great to see businesses developing mechanisms that give XRP more usefulness. Additionally, I believe it will be quite beneficial to be able to use XRP directly in smart contracts. That's it. Flare will provide XRP with a great deal of usefulness. Additionally, as I mentioned in that video yesterday, it would introduce opportunities for passive income, which is crucial for XRP holders. Another project on the XRP ledger is Layer AI. Layer AI introduces the XRP AI bot, a more straightforward method of XRP ledger transactions. Without depending on conventional interfaces or dApps, users may now use natural language instructions to carry out necessary tasks like sending tokens, checking balances, or carrying out swaps. It functions similarly to ChatGPT, except instead of producing text, it handles XRP transactions for you. Example commands include sending 75 XRP to an address, converting 150 XRP to EUR, and then providing the wallet address. Convert 50 XRP to USDT. Connect your Zalman wallet once to get started. Engage in dialogue with the XRP AI bot, then go over, validate, and sign the transaction. All users can now access the XRP AI bot. Soon, you won't even need to communicate with the bot. It will be generating daily passive revenue for you. This is headed in that direction. There will be AI agents for everyone. Xrpl protocol is another project. Lending and earning explained. After discussing the technology underlying the Xrpl protocol, let's examine the money market for Xrpl, which opens up yield potential on the XRP ledger. Put your cryptocurrency to work, make passive income, and deposit assets like XRP. This is how it operates, how lending on Xrpl produces yield. Borrowers use the assets that lenders provide to the Xrpl money market in exchange for interest. Lenders receive a portion of these interest payments, generating a consistent flow of income. Assets you can deposit at launch, for example. These important assets will be supported by Xrpl. The XRP ledger is native to XRP. Axler Interchain Token USDC, DC and USDT are equivalent. Put money down, get it back, and do it again. Lending is a simple process. 1. Use your native XRP ledger wallet, such as Zamim, to deposit funds. 2. Begin collecting interest from the financing expenses of borrowers. 3. To compound your yield, you can withdraw at any moment or continue to earn. Make the most of your output. Stroke yield rates fluctuate according to market demand. Higher returns are usually obtained when highly utilized assets are deposited. Make your cryptocurrency wiser by keeping an eye out for asset-specific yield updates. Their materials contain more information about the interest rate approach. As I mentioned before, everyone wants to develop a project centered on passive income. This is going to grow significantly in the future. Hold off until the institutions begin to move into this area. This is just one of the many choices they will be opening up. Because there will be so many projects in the future, you will have to go through a lot of different ones before you find the one that suits you. Higher returns will be provided by some than by others. Certain people will be safer than others. Some people might not even be at risk. But I'm really focused on this. As I previously stated, I will discuss any projects of this nature with all of you once they arise. The tariff funds are intended to be used to eliminate the income tax, as I stated in my video yesterday. According to President Trump, there is a possibility that the revenue generated by tariffs might surpass that of income taxes. Listen to it. Tax on income? The only person who has asked me that, all these huge financial experts or people I interact with, no one ever. In the past, from roughly 1870 to 1913, tariffs were the primary source of legitimate currency. There is a risk that the revenue from tariffs may be so large that it would eventually replace it. At that time, our country was comparatively the wealthiest. Yes, we were. That's it. The tariff money will not be used to purchase Bitcoin. The IRS should be abolished, according to Donald Trump. I believe he wants to fire the Fed as well. I hope the tariffs prove to be a great success. By the end of this month, the ProShares Trust XRP ETF is expected to go public on April 30, 2025. Because there is such a high demand for an XRP ETF, we will also see more filings for ETFs. People now believe that there was a significant demand for Bitcoin ETFs. An XRP ETF is in far greater demand and will perform significantly better than existing Bitcoin ETFs. $150 million recently. Transferring XRP is not as simple as it sounds. Here's what they have to say. The timing, not simply the size, is what sets this apart. The change was made in tandem with a spike in the price of XRP, which led to speculation that Ripple might be preparing for more ADL expansion or responding to shifting market dynamics as mood swings in the cryptocurrency industry become more common. This type of back-end activity can cause both FOMO and caution as digital assets begin to light green. However, no one is certain where this XRP is headed. According to their speculation, it went to ODL. The market for XRP is active. That is beyond question. But at least we could correct people's information if we knew where this XRP was headed. All of this is merely conjecture at the moment. To accommodate the increasing volume of XRP trading on the platform, Coinbase moved more than 29.5 million XRP from its cold wallet to an institutional wallet. There's a sense of momentum. I concur. There is undoubtedly momentum at work. However, it hasn't yet had an impact on XRP's price. I'd want to see XRP just start to rise. I'd like to see it enter price discovery right away. And to be completely honest, I don't like Coinbase. I'm frequently asked if I prefer Uphold or Coinbase. Without a doubt, I would pick Uphold over Coinbase. Uphold is the source of this. Without structure, mass acceptance is impossible. You need rails, not chaos, if you want scale and trust. Which do you pick? Confident freedom, friction, or clarity? The CEO adds that, although some individuals despise regulations, they're necessary to make the sector genuinely accessible. It provides participants and their clients with the assurance to intervene. You may have it both ways, knowing that there is a more secure and safe atmosphere. Which do you pick? There will undoubtedly be regulations.